we have 5 phases to the project. I think that's good to talk about again. Phase 1 involves the construction of the 3-story and garage additions, and then subsequent moves 2 through 5 of those phases will be renovations of interior space and moving around of the units as these spaces are renovated. Now the project's set to break ground in November 2023. And from here on in, I think we'll refer to that as mobilization. I think that's a more appropriate word because it speaks to the contractor putting a trailer on site and fencing and signage and so on. So recap again on the request for supplier quick qualifications. Was closed on May 11th. We talked about that at the last meeting, but we have 4 pre-qualified contractors that we will invite to bid on the project when it's tendered, which is in October. And those 4 proponents are Collaborative Structures, Hulu Blamey, Harbridge and Cross, and PCL. So I was asked to just briefly let you know about who those 4 contractors are. First of all, Collaborative Structures, established in 2003, 2010 they moved into Cambridge offices, and their projects that they submitted for our review was Little Current OPP station, Conestoga College Skilled Trades campus, and their North Campus renovation and expansion. So all these contractors have met the qualifications for the size and scope that they had to have. An example of a Taney or OPP station as an example. So that was Collaborative Structures as number 1. Number 2 is Harbridge and Cross. So they've been in business for over 50 years, since 1967. Their 3 projects were Hamilton Health Sciences, 2B redevelopment building, the Grand River Hospital, patient care department, and the Ministry of Attorney General, the amalgamation of the court building. The 3rd was Hulu Blamey. So they had a brand OPP detachment that they built, Waterloo Regional Police Services Central Division, and Grand River Transit Road Facility. In that case, they were working on a live site that has to be active during construction. So that was a benefit. And the final one was PCL Constructors. They did RCMP Integrated Training Center, Remand Center and Urban Camp, the UHN Princess Margaret Hospital Early Works Development, and they've been around since 1906. So moving forward to section 5, we have the agreement of purchase and sale that has been completed now. So we've waived the due diligence period and we've received the final bill from Enbridge. So now I'm working with this document to make sure everything is accurate and that it does meet the threshold of what we said we would pay, but I still have to look in it and see that all pieces are relevant to what we said we would make whole for them. 5.2 is site plan control. The zoning bylaw amendment application is now submitted to planning. August 17th, the planning committee will review that, and there'll be a public meeting option, which was waived by councillors in favor of an extended circulation notice. So this will allow the public to voice their comments and concerns, and any appeals will be received appropriately. And site plan application is now under review and being finalized. So we have some additional questions that have come through, specification and details from planning to the consultant. And we're just resolving those issues, and we'll resubmit as one final package for review. But that's moving along and it's on schedule. The tourism building, on July 17th, I had some systems furniture from Old City Hall. We had pulled that out, put it into storage, and I've fit out the vacant areas for additional staff. You can see the list of who will be utilizing the building during construction. So that went really well. Everything fit in the way it should. And it will not only be investigations, but administration that's using tourism building. And then Costco, of course, is ongoing there. The good news is there's a proposal 1 road is what they're calling, which will come direct in from Wayne Gretzky, which will help police gain access to the building. And Costco's development will be separate from that, hopefully. All of that will be done summer of 2024. So once Costco's done, of course, the police will still have the building for a period of 30 months. And when we go through the construction schedule, I'm just receiving the Class A estimate today or tomorrow, which is really good progress. It's going to be a work in progress up until the end of August, basically. But I'm also receiving 90% documents for construction today and tomorrow as well. So what they're working on now is specifications, so materials and the drawings that are in tandem with that, so that people can bid on it. When we move through to section 6, we can talk about, I've just mentioned that the 90% complete construction drawings, and I wanted to defer to Jason in this section so that he could speak to 911.
Yeah.
911 grant.
So through the chair, earlier this year, the Ministry of the Solicitor General announced Next Generation 911 funding. It was very specific what the funding could go for, or sorry, could be allocated to, and part of that was any design in regards to a communication center specifically for NG 911 purposes. So because we are designing a new comm center as part of the 3-story addition or the tower, we were able to allocate just over $110,000 of design costs to that grant and be able to recoup those funds. We are anticipating additional funding announcement later this year in regards to the Next Generation 911. And so we're hopeful that there will be additional costs that we may be able to allocate to that funding.
Thank you. So I think that just shows that we continue to work to stay underneath the threshold of the approved budget. There will be forthcoming information on further grants. I continue to research. So in conclusion, I would like to table discussion on perhaps deferring our September 25th Police Station Task Force meeting to strictly be the November 27th meeting. And the reason I say that is that we'll have made good progress on site plan control, the construction sign that we want to showcase the positive work for the city, but also specifications and drawings and the tender award and the mobilization will all be have commenced by that time. So the tourism building will also be tested and live for temporary occupancy by that time. Just basically, there's a lot of moving parts going on at this time to ensure we stay on track. So my suggestion is that we cancel the September meeting and provide the results in November.
Okay. Thank you for the overview. Any discussion?
One question. The divisions that are moving into the tourism center, it's a bunch of alphabet soup there. Can you say who all the letters reference?
Yeah, through the chair, like I said, most of those are investigative support units, so they're the detective branches. It's the easiest way to sum it up.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so not seeing any further discussion. If I could have a motion to receive the report. Yes.
So moved.
Yeah, okay. All right, all in favor? And the report is received. To postpone the meeting, do I need a motion?
And that's really, the terms of reference allows the chair the discretion to be able to do that.
Okay. Then, yeah, then I think that makes sense. I just wanted to make sure. All right. And now may I have a mover or a seconder, a mover and a seconder to approve the May 30th minutes from 2023?
So moved.
Second. All right, and all in favor? All right, so there are no resolutions and no notices of motions, so I can adjourn the meeting.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
See you, Greg.